and Jewish Children, a play for Gaza by Carol Churchill.
Tell her it's a game.
Tell her it's serious.
But don't frighten her.
Don't tell her they'll kill her.
Tell her it's important to be quiet.
Tell her she'll have a cake if she's good.
Well, tell her to curl up as if she's in bed.
But not to sing. Tell her not to come out.
Tell her not to come out even if she hears shouting.
Don't frighten her.
Tell her not to come out even if she doesn't hear anything for a long time.
Tell her we'll come and find her. Tell her we'll be here all the time. Tell her something about the men.
Tell her they're bad in the game.
Tell her it's a story.
Tell her they'll go away. Tell her she can make them go away if she keeps still.
By magic.
But not to sing. Tell her this is a photograph of her grandmother, her uncles and me.
Tell her her uncles died. Don't tell her they were killed.
Tell her they were killed.
Don't frighten her.
Tell her her grandmother was clever.
Don't tell her what they did. Tell her she was brave.
Tell her she taught me how to make cake.
Don't tell her what they did.
Well, tell her something. Tell her more when she's older. Tell her there were people who hated Jews.
Don't tell her.
Tell her it's over now. Tell her there are still people who hate Jews.
Tell her there are people who love Jews.
Don't tell her to think Jews or not Jews.
Tell her more when she's older.
Tell her how many when she's older.
Tell her it was before she was born and she's not in danger.
Don't tell her there's any question of danger.
Tell her we love her.
Tell her dead or alive, her family all love her. Tell her her grandmother will be proud of her.
Don't tell her we're going forever.
Tell her she can write to her friends. Tell her her friends can maybe come and visit.
Tell her it's sunny there.
Tell her we're going home. Tell her it's the land God gave us.
Don't tell her religion.
Tell her her lots of great-granddad lived there.
Don't tell her he was driven out.
Tell her, of course, tell her everyone was driven out and the country's waiting for us to come home.
Don't tell her she doesn't belong here.
We'll tell her, of course, that she likes it here, but she'll like it there even more.
Tell her it's an adventure.
Tell her no one will tease her.
Tell her she'll have new friends.
Tell her she can take her toys. Don't tell her she can take all her toys.
Tell her she's a special girl.
Tell her about Jerusalem.
Don't tell her who they are.
Tell her something.
Tell her they're Bedouin, they travel about.
Tell her about camels and desert and dates.
Tell her they live in tents.
Tell her this wasn't their home.
Don't tell her home, not home. Tell her they're going away. Don't tell her they don't like her.
Oh, tell her to be careful.
Don't tell her who used to live in this house.
No, but don't tell her her great-great-grandfather used to live in this house. No, but don't tell her Arabs used to sleep in her bedroom. Oh, tell her not to be rude to them.
Tell her not to be frightened. Don't tell her she can't play with the children.
No, don't tell her she can have them in the house. Tell her they have plenty of friends and family.
Tell her from miles and miles and all around they have lands of their own.
Tell her again, this is our promised land.
Don't tell her they said it was a land without people.
Don't tell her I wouldn't have come if I'd known.
Tell her maybe we can share.
Don't tell her that.